That's a warning.
Yeah, that gave me time to get back here.
Hi.
Well, I'm here.
Well, I guess you're Dan.
Yeah, I'm
Come on
Dan.
in. Let's have a seat.
Why am I here?
Well, because you've been ordered by the court. You were picked up on possession of cocaine charges, on drug charges. So, you're here because you were arrested. And how old are you?
I'm 15.
15 years old. So, Dan, where do you live?
I live on the streets,
You live out,
and I'm just fine with that.
okay. And how long have you lived on the streets?
Oh, a couple of years.
A couple of years. So that means you were 13 when you started living on the streets?
Yeah, about that.
Uh-huh.
And I'm doing fine.
Okay. Well, tell me, where did you live before you went out on the streets?
I live with my mom and my stepdad.
So why did you leave? Why did you leave home?
Well, my mom and my stepdad
Uh-huh.
are a couple of drunks. And
Okay.
they just ignored me. Nobody cared. They didn't care if I come, if I go. They didn't care if I went to school or not. They just didn't care. My mom never showed me any attention. I was just a bother. And my stepdad, the only attention he ever showed me was when he was beating me or when he was sneaking into my room.
Why was he sneaking into your room?
Oh, I don't know. He liked to do bad things, and he'd make me do bad things.
Oh, no. Well, that is horrible. No child should do that. No child should ever have to do things they shouldn't.
Well, I couldn't put up with no more, so I left.
Uh-huh.
I ran away.
So, I don't know, I think that's pretty horrible what your stepfather did to you. And you should never have had to endure that.
Yeah, it's much better on the streets.
But you're 15 years old also. 15-year-olds shouldn't be living on the streets. I'm curious to know something. In the 2 years that you've been out on the streets, have you ever tried to get any help with any other agencies?
No.
No?
I just met a few people, and we kind of look after each other, and I do fine.
Uh-huh.
I'm telling you, I do fine.
Okay. So,
Safer than at home.
What I'm understanding then is you're 15 years old, you're living on the streets, you've been away from home since you were 13, doing drugs and drinking. Do you have any grandparents or aunts or any family where you can?
No, I don't have anybody.
No.
Just me.
Any friends?
I got a couple friends on the street, but like I said, we look after each other. But I don't have any real friends.
Do you go to school?
No, I haven't gone to school since I left home.
Okay. Well, Dan, I'd like to look at some things that you need. You're 15 years old. We can't have you living out on the streets. And I would like to...
Why? I do fine.
Well, you're not an adult yet. And adults can make choices like that. But you're still technically a child. And we can't have children living on the streets. We can't have children doing drugs. And I would like to help you. I would like to initially, the first thing, find a rehab program for you. An in-house program where you can live and that they can do the rehabilitation for drugs at the same time. in the same place, so that, you know, there's someone there who can look over and make sure that, you know, you're on track. But if I'm not able to find out immediately, I would like to get you into foster care and to also have an outpatient rehabilitation program for the drugs. And then with the abuse that you endured, I think that you need to go through some counseling and learn different ways of coping, and then to deal with those things. But to do one thing at a time, and that's why I'm here to help you, Dan.
Do I have to?
You do. You do. Again, you're 15, and I would like for you to have a different kind of life, one that you'll be happy with. And I'm curious, Dan, what have you ever thought about any kind of interests that you have, things that are interesting, and
I like computers.
you like computers? What do you like to do?
I don't know, before I left home, I was pretty good at computers at school. I'd actually make websites for some of the kids.
Wow.
For just for the fun of it, and I would do some graphic art. I'm pretty good.
Uh-huh.
I go to the library and I play around on the computers at the library, and I like it.
Uh-huh. Well, that's a really good skill. You know, there are some adults that can't even do that. And so that's pretty amazing that you can do that. And then the other thing is, if you like doing it, you know, later on down the road, that's something that you could do as a job and get paid for doing something you like. So that would be
I
pretty
do
neat.
like it.
So that's something to look forward to. Um, so that's nice to know that you've got something positive to look forward to. And Dan, even though you were ordered to come see me, I'm glad that you did. So that's really good.
We'll see.
Okay. Well, thank you, Dan.
Okay.
We'll talk more.
Okay.
Okay.
Trying to act like 15 years. All sullen and shit.
Oh wait, where's the thing?
Right there.